ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य तोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नवमतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 73, verse number 17. So in the previous class we read the prayers of the kings who have been imprisoned by Jarasandha, and Sri Krishna released them after Bhima had killed Jarasandha. So in the prayers they prayed for bhakti, and especially out of humility they said that please instruct us how we can remember you and never forget you. So remembering, that is the essence of bhakti. Madaguna suti matrena mai sarvbhasami manogati ravichinna gangab swambudho yatha. Gita also Krishna says manmanabha mad bhakta. So Smriti, that's what they prayed. So Sri Shuka Vacha Samstuyamano Bhagwan Rajabhir Mukta Bandhanaihi Tanaha Karunastata Sharanyas Lakshnaya Gira. When Bhagavan Sri Krishna was praised by the kings who have been released from their prison, to them Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is very gracious, spoke, "Oh dear Parikshit," he spoke with a very sweet voice, affectionate voice, and he is Sharanya, he is worthy of taking shelter. I don't think there is any comment. There is no comment on this. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Bhagavan said, Adya pravrti vo bhupa mayatmanyakhleshware sudhrada jayate bhaktir badham asanshitam tatha. So Sri Krishna fulfilled their wish. He says that you have properly asked for this bhakti. So from today onwards, O King, you will have firm devotion to me. Bhakti Sudhrada Jayate. To me, who is Akhileshwara, who is the supreme controller of everything. So they are very fortunate. It's a great blessing. Even if they were in the prison for some time, but they got the goal of their life. He bhupa iti tanna samadhisha iti vakyanaiva mat bhakta jana svabhava prakhyapakena sarva bhurapi mat bhakti riti sudhavitranena palita eva iti bhava. So Sri Krishna is saying that, O kings, you had said tanna samadhisha, that please instruct us how we can remember you. He says this is a statement which is indicative of the mood of my devotees. This very statement. Mad bhakta jana svabhava prakhyapake. And by this statement, you have actually protected or sustained the whole earth, because you are distributing the nectar of Mad Bhakti Riti. That what is the Riti or style or process of my devotion, which means humility, because they spoke very humbly. They did not pray for anything big. They only asked for sadhana, not the sadhya. So badhamiti pratigyayam idam aham pratijanaityartha. So by saying badham, badham means well or accepted or good. So by that Krishna says that idam aham pratijani, that I am promising this to you. Yatha asamshitam akankshitam tatha teneva prakarena bhakti sudhrada jayate. Just as you have asked, so as per your wish, you will have bhakti in the same manner. Mat kartrika upaya adesha yusmak kartrika upaya jnanam upaya anushthanam tato dridha smriti stayacha sudridha prem bhakti adhuna eva kshanmatreneva upaya upeya taddardhyadi yukta jayate kramena anubhavata iti bhava. You had asked for the means, upaya, the process, that instruction for the process. So by my grace, you will have the knowledge of upaya, process, what you have to do. You will do it, anusthana, practice of it, and from the practice you will have firm remembrance of me, and by that you will have Sudradha Prem Bhakti, firm devotion and love. And this will happen now itself. The whole process will just happen simultaneously, one after another. So Kshanamatra Neva Upaya Upaya. Upaya is the means, Upaya is what you want to attain. So Upaya is the sadhan, Upaya is the sadhya. So Tad Dadhyadi Yukta Jayate. So you will have that along with the firmness, not that it will come and go. Kramena Anubhavata iti bhava. The meaning is that you have experience of it in that order. Adya praprati nitya namni bhavanti ityartha. From now onwards you will have bhakti which will be fresher and fresher every day. You will have newer and newer devotion. Dishtya vavishitam bhupa bhavanta rita bhashinaha Shriyashvarya madonaham Pashyan madakam nirnam. You have definitely concluded nicely, O kings, and your words, what you spoke, are true. That people, they become very frivolous and proud because of wealth and power, and then they become unmadaka, very intoxicated. Says this is seen in the people. Bhaktireva kartavya yad vyavasitam taddishtya. That your decision that you should only perform bhakti, that has happened by dishtya, which means this is a great fortune, because not everybody comes to that conclusion. It's very rare. Yatah shriya sampatya yad aishwarya tena yo madas tena chaunaham udandhanam muchshrinkaltam iti pashyati arsha. Otherwise, by wealth, by power, one becomes intoxicated, and by that intoxicated stage one becomes frivolous, means doesn't follow any rules, regulations. So it is good that you have understood this. And then he gives a list of people who are like that. Hahayo nahuso veno ramno narko pare Śrīmadad Bhranshita Sthanad Daiva Daitya Nareshwara. So he says there have been many devas, daityas and kings who became intoxicated by their power and then fell down. He gives example of King Hahaya, Nahusha, Vena, Ravana, Narkasura and many others. And because of their wealth, they became proud, and because of being proud, then they fell down from their position. So Bhransita Sthanat. So Sthanat Swapadat. Sthanat means from their own position, whatever high position they had acquired, from there they fell down. Nahusa became the king of heaven, but because of that he became so proud that he wanted to have such a wife of Indra as his wife, and he rode on the palanquin carried by the 7 sages, and he was so impatient to reach Sachi that he kicked the sages with his foot while sitting on top. Sarpa, Sarpa, move, move. So then this Agastya Muni, he cursed him that he become Sarpa. Sarpa also means snake, serpent. So then he fell down and became a snake. Nahusha. So like that, Ravana, Vena, Narkasura, we read. So they all became intoxicated by their power and then they fell down from there. Purushottam Prabhu.
In the previous verse 19, the commentary says Pashya iti arsam. So this Pashya, how Pashya is arsam here? Can you explain this?
Because Bhupa is plural, right? And Pashya is singular. Pashyatu, Pashyata, Pashyantu, Pashya. Pashyatha, Pashyatha. It should be that you see. Okay. Bhavanta etad vigyayam dehadi utpadyamantavat mam yajanto adhvareryukta praja dharmena rakshataha. So Sri Krishna is advising them. He says that bhavanta etad vigyaya. He says after knowing this fact, you know this very well, that one becomes intoxicated, proud of these temporary things. Dehadi utpadyam antavat. That body and all other products of the body, they are all temporary. So therefore, know this very well and protect your subjects with dharma while worshipping me with adhvara, with doing yajna. Mam yajanto adhvarer yukta praja dharmena rakshata. So this is the basic ignorance in the material world, that our body is temporary and very fragile, but we think it is permanent and it will never become weak or sick. When we are healthy, people think like that. And then we do so many things which are against dharma. So therefore it says praja dharmena rakshata, because they are kings, it is their duty to protect the praja with dharma, knowing that things are temporary. Kintu madagyaya lokritireva anusaraniya ityaha bhavanta iti. So he says, follow my order and continue to respect the lokariti. Means as kings protect them, do the yajna. Although they were blessed to be devotees and have pure devotion for Krishna, but he's saying still you worship me with the yajna, etc., so that other people don't become uchrinkala by seeing you that our king is not doing any yajna, etc., so why shall we do it? So yadeda acharti shrestha. So therefore whatever standard you will set up, then others will follow. You are king, so you should continue to follow the dharmic principles. Although there is no need for you, because once you attain bhakti, then there is no need of any of these other duties, but still one should follow. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also, Lok Sangramam evapi. That even as setting an example for people. Satanvata vantaha prajatantun sukham dukkham bhava bhavau praptam praptam cha sevanto machitta vichirashyatha. And following the same standard, he says that continue to produce children, means continue your dynasty. Otherwise they may think why we need to have any children. So satanvantaha prajatantun. And whatever situation comes, sukham, dukkham, bhava, bhavo, death, birth, happiness, distress, whatever situation comes, just accept that while remaining fixed with your mind on me, machitta vicharashyatha. Continue to live. So internally always be fixated on Krishna, externally perform your duties, whatever are required in the society. But know that all these are temporary, they come and go. So Prajatantun Putradi Santati. Prajatantu means the dynasty or descendants, son and so on, son, grandson. Bhava bhavo, bhuti abhuti. Bhava bhavo here it takes as opulence and poverty. Prapte cha, prapteu cha, iti praptam. So he is taking this praptam as prapte cha, praptau cha, making samas from that. Ekshres samas. Udasinascha dehado atmarama dhritavrataha mayavesya mane samyag mamante brahmayashyata. And become indifferent to body, etc. Remain situated in your own self, take pleasure within self, and remain fixed in your principles, in your vows. Put your mind on me, mayeva manavas, mayavesha mane samyak. And finally you will attain me, who is the Brahma, the ultimate reality. So have no fear of anything. Sri Sukha Vacha. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Iti adishya nirpan Krishna Bhagavan Bhuvaneshwaraha tesam neyunkta purushan striyo majjan karmani. After instructing like this, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is the Lord of the three lokas, he engaged men and women in cleaning their bodies because they had not taken bath. Remember it says Malina Malavasasa, that they were dirty and had dirty dresses. They never changed their dresses. They're just like prisoners, maybe given little food and then nothing else. So therefore he ordered Striyascha Majjan Karmani Abhyang Snanada. So men and women were engaged in massaging their body, giving them snan, their bath, putting new cloth and so on. Sapariyam Karyamasa Sahadevena Bharata Nardeva Chitai Vastrair Bhushanai Sragvilepanai. Then he also engaged Sahadeva, the son of Jarasandha, who has been made king, in honoring these kings by offering them proper dresses which are befitting to a king, because they were kings. So Nardeva Uchitair Vastrair Bhushanai, ornaments, dresses, garlands, some fragrant pastes, sandalwood, etc., perfumes. So finally, after a long time, they can dress nicely. And bhojitya varanena susnatan samalankritan bhogaisya vividhayuktan stambulladir nipochatai. Also made them feed nice food. After a long time they are having a feast. After they have taken bath and they have decorated themselves. So they were given nice dresses, nice cloth, nice seat to sit down. They were given tambula, befitting to the kings, and all other things which kings enjoy. So they were all given all that. Te pujita mukundena rajano mrishta kundala vrejurmochita kleshat pravidante yethagriha. So in this way, when they were respected by Krishna, all these kings who were now shining with beautiful earrings, they appeared virejurmochita kleshat, having been released from the trouble, from the prison. They appeared very beautiful, just like how the stars look very clean after the rainy season. After the rainy season, the sky is very nice, clean blue, because there is no dust, no clouds in the sky. So like that, the kings were shining now. Graha Chandradaya. Graha here means moon, etc. So, Rathan Sadaswan Aropya Manikanchana Bhushitan Prinaya Sunritair Vakyai Swadeshan Pratyapayat. Then they were given nice chariots with good horses, golden chariot decorated, and after satisfying them in this way with affectionate statements, they were sent to their respective countries. Says, now you can all go. So they happily left. Tevam mochita krichat krishnena sumahatmana yayustameva dhyanta kritani cha jagatpate. So in this way, when they had been released from their problem by Sri Krishna, who is a great soul, they went to their own respective places while meditating Krishna's activities. Kritani, meditating on him and his activities. Tam dhyayanta and Kritani cha dhyayanta. Jagatpate of Supreme Lord. Jagdu prakriti-bhyaste mahapurusha cheshtitam yatha anmashashad bhagavans tatha chakrus atandritaha. So when they arrived, then they described to their people about the activities of Krishna, how Krishna got them released from the prison, and then they ruled without any laziness or inadvertence, as they have been instructed by Sri Krishna. Jarasandham ghatitva bhimsenena keshavaha parthabhyam samyuta prayat sahadevena pujita. Then Krishna, after Keshava, in this way, who had made Bhimsena kill Jarasandha and who has been worshipped by Sahadeva, then along with Bhima and Arjuna, he also left Magadha. So Krishna also went to Bihar. Remember this. He went to Mithila also, went to many places. And they say that he also went to Chennai. There is Parthasarathi temple there. After the war of Kurukshetra, he went there to relax. So gatva te khandav prastham shankhan dadmur jitarayah harshiyanta svashruhido druhirda cha sukhavah. So gatva te khandav prastham. Finally they reached Indraprastha, the kingdom of Yudhishthira, and shankhan dadmur jitarayah. Then after they reached the city, then they blew their conches. Panchjanya Hrishikesa, Devadatta Dhananjaya. Right? And Pondram, Dadho, Pratapavan, Vrikodara. So they all blew their conches, harshante swasruhido, druhidam cha sukvaha. So this sound of their conch, it gave happiness to their friends, relatives, and it caused pain in the heart those who were against them. That what is this? These people have come back. So there is no comment on this. Tachrutva prita manasa indraprastha nivasinaha menire magadham shantam raja chapta manoratha. So after hearing the sound of their conch, which is unique and people can understand that this is Krishna or Arjuna, so they all became very happy. And they understood that Jarasandha has been killed, because everybody knew that they have gone on this mission. And the king Yudhishthira, he also became satisfied because his purpose has been achieved. Prapta manoratha. There is no comment. Abhivandyat rajanam bhimarjuna janardana sarvam ashrayan chakruratmana yadanushtitam. Then all three of them, Bhima, Arjuna and Krishna, they bowed down or gave respect to King Yudhishthira and then related to him everything what all has happened there, how they killed him, why it took so long. So they are coming after more than a month or so, because 27 days the fight went, few days in coming and going. Nishamya dharma rajastat keshave nanukampitam anandashrukalam munchan premna no vacha kinchana. So Dharmaraj Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he heard all this, how Krishna has blessed him, then he had tears in his eyes out of happiness, and because of that he was unable to speak anything. Premna no vacha kinchana. So his voice was choked. So naivocha iti ananda jadyat. So he got stunned because of too much happiness. So iti sararth darshinyam harshinyam bhakta chetsam prisapti tamodhyayo dasmaya jani sangata. This is the end of chapter number 73. Any question on this? Otherwise we move to chapter 74. Yeah.
So many times I heard you give the example of that when someone is very hungry, then all kinds of worship don't matter, you just want to eat, right? And now in this story, I heard that first they were given all kinds of worship and paste and cloth and ornaments, and then they got the feast.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised what might have been on Krishna's mind that he did it this way.
Why are you surprised? Don't you get up in the morning, take shower and then eat, or you eat first and then take shower? What do you do?
I mean, first take shower.
Yeah, so that's what they did. It's natural. Even if you are hungry, so what? That is only when you are okay, you are hungry but you have taken shower. Then you are thinking of food. But it's natural. They were dirty. They had dirty clothes. So first they have to clean, then they will eat. Then they can eat nicely. They must be smelling bad. Sandeep.
So my question is that Like earlier, the earlier chapters, when the king of Kashi was killed, his son went to perform austerities and vowed to kill the killer of his father. But then Jarasandha was such a great king. How come his son was conducive and just fall in line like this day and easily got coronated and then was agreeing to release all these kings and like he was just falling in line with
It's any,
Christianity type, right?
any problem with that?
Because generally Kshatriya will not be a
But
Christianity.
Kshatriya can also be devotee. Why Krishyani Billi? He cannot be devotee. Prahlad was devotee, although father was Asura. So sometimes you have a nice son, even if you are not a nice person. So Sahadeva was devotee. Probably didn't like his father's behavior. Sometimes you don't like your father, right? Because he's too harsh. So you become devotee when your father doesn't like devotion. Right?
So, okay.
It happens, right? Okay. Now he later on he actually even participated in Kurukshetra war from the side of the Pandavas. He will come for the Rajasuya Yagya also. He was devoted. Must not have been in favor of what father was doing. So chapter 74, Sri Shuka Uvacha. Evam Yudhishthiro Raja Jarasandhavadam Vibhoho Krishnasya Chanubhavam Tam Shrutva Pritastam Abravit. Sri Shukdev Goswami said that in this way, Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he heard that Jarasandhavadam Vibho Raja, so Krishnasya Chanubhavam Tam Shrutva Pritastam Abravit. So he heard about that and he also heard the glories of Krishna, how Sri Krishna arranged the killing of Jarasandha. So being very pleased, he spoke as follows. So although in the previous chapter he said that he was not able to speak, but now finally he feels composed in his mind and he speaks. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti comments, Chaturyuk saptati tame dvijairmakh vidhau harehe agra puja chadyavadho duryodhana rudapi abhut. So he gives the gist of the 74th chapter, that this describes the yagya dvijairmakh vidhau hare agra puja, that how the Brahmanas, they will do Agra Puja of Sri Krishna in this Rajasuya Yagya, and there is a description of killing of Shishupal and also the anger of Duryodhana. That will be described. Jarasandhavadam Krishnasya tamanunbhavasya. So hearing after killing of Jarasandha and also the glories of Krishna. Then king spoke, Sri Yudhishthira Uvacha. So he spoke as follows. Yeshu Trailokya Gurvah Sarve Loka Maheshwaraha Vahanti Durlabham Labdhva Sira Sa Eva Anusasanam. He says, whoever are these famous people who are the lords of the three worlds, like Brahma, Shiva, or any others important people like Indra, etc. Sarve Loka Maheshwara. So the rulers of the various lokas. So they are very happy to get some instruction from Krishna. Durlabham Anusasanam Labdhva. because it is very rare that they get an opportunity where Krishna is asking them to do something. But if they get such an instruction, then they are very happy and they do it happily. Ye trailokyasyapi gurvasteyapi tavanusasnam agyam vahanti. So those who are the guru of the three worlds, means the senior people, they also follow your order. He's telling Krishna how great is Krishna, but the same Krishna is following my order. He says, I cannot understand this. Sa bhavan arvindaksho dinanam ishamaninam dhatte anusasanam bhumans tadatyanta vidambanam. So he says, this is the most astonishing thing for me, that we who are very wretched people, very lowly, but we think that we are kings or we are lords, that very same Bhagwan, whose order is happily carried out by the great people like Shiva and Brahma, he is following my Anushasana, he is following my instruction. Says that same lotus-eyed Lord is following this. He says, how amazing is this? So this is how devotee thinks. Although we understand that Krishna is doing it out of love, because he loves them, they love him, but they are thinking, who are we? And who is Krishna? And yet, he is doing these menial types of things for us. He is dressing himself. Imagine Krishna, who is the Lord of three worlds, is dressing as a Brahmana and going and begging. Vamandev did it, but at least he was a brahmachari. He was a small boy. Vamana means dwarf, little. So he was little, so it's okay. He can go and beg. But this grown-up person who has 16,000 queens, can you imagine? He's standing in the queue of the Brahmanas and asking this king Jarasandha, please give us. How this is unimaginable. We are proud of small little things. How can I do this? How can you tell me this? Who you think you are, that you are asking me to do this menial thing. Right? Our pride comes if we are asked to do something. That, can you clean this? How can I do this? Give me some better service. But this Krishna is doing this. So this is Yudhishthira Maharaj is recognizing this fact because he knows who Krishna is. He says he is the Lord. Nahi ekasya advitiyasya brahmana paramatmanah karambhir vardhate tejo haste cha yatharave. So he says that Krishna is one, he is advitiya, without a second. He is the supreme Brahman, he is the immanent being, and therefore his beauty, his grace, his valor, his name and fame does not increase or decrease by doing what he is doing. Just like the sun. Sun lights at a dirty place also, at a clean place also. But sun remains sun, bright. Asmad vidhasyapi jivasya ajñakaritve tavtu na kapi apratishta ityah nahi. He says that we are just living beings, jivas, and you are following our order, and this does not bring any dishonor to you. Generally, some big man, some small man ask a big man to do something, he will feel dishonored. That this is very insulting, that you ask me to do this. But he says that you don't feel anything like that. No, missed one line. So, sa bhavan dina nam ati nikrishta nam asmakam na tu utkarsaha. He says that we are very low and you are so great. So, asmakam na tu utkarsa. This is not our greatness that you are doing it. It is your greatness. Hanta hanta parmeshwaram api swagya karanam te kurvanti iti loke ruphasyamahi devetyartha. So he says that generally one may take this in another sense, that look how great is Yudhishthira, that Krishna, who is the greatest, is following his order, and therefore it becomes a matter of pride for us. So he says, no, it is not. He says rather it is a matter of ridicule for us, because people will ridicule us thinking that look at these Pandavas, that they are even asking Krishna to do things like this. So they will laugh at us. How dare they can do this? And asmad vidhasyapi jivasya agyakaritve tavtu na kapya pratishtha. But for you, following our instruction, our order, does not bring any dishonor. Because you are ekasya ishvara antar abhavat sajatiya bhed rahitasya. So now he is commenting on each word of the sloka. Nahi ekasya. Ekasya means that you are only one. So therefore there is no another person of your class. So there is no sajatiya bhed. So he is showing that there is no sajatiya or vijatiya bhed between him and others. This is how Advaitavadis try to prove that Brahman is only one. So he also proves here that you are Eka, you are one, because there is no other God other than you. So Ishwarantara Bhava, there is no other Ishvara. So Sajatiya Bhed Rahitasya. Advitiyasya Maya Jivyastva Shaktitvena, and you are Advitiya, there is no second beside you. So what about Jiva? What about Maya? So they are your Shakti. And Shaktiman are one. There is no difference between them. Like Visheshana, Vishishta. So Twadrupatvad Vijatiya Bhed Rahitasya. They are your Rupa, they are your only form, energy, quality. So still there is Advaita only. Kaistav apratishtha kartavya iti bhava. So why is he bringing this meaning? He says, who is going to disrespect you? Because there is no two. For someone to disrespect you, there has to be somebody. But you are all Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Kincha Brahmana, you are also Brahman. Sarvyapakasya tav vyapyata lakshano nikarso nasti. So you are all pervading, and therefore there cannot be anything for you to go down, because there is nothing else. For something to go up and down, it cannot be all pervading, because there is no movement in something which is all pervading. So there cannot be inferiority, superiority in that. Paramatman, you are Paramatma. Iti sarva jiva niyantu stav madras jiva niyamyattu lakshanascha sanasti. And you are Paramatma, therefore you are the controller, regulator of all the jivas. And you are not like me or like us who are controlled. And yet you perform our orders. Ragya Dhanyaneva Vyanjitam. So in this way, king has spoken out of great humility when he is thinking. Vastutastu bhakti vashyatvam bhagavato nanikarsha pratyut kripa prakarsha vyanjakatvat sarvotkarsha. But in reality, what is happening is that Bhagavan, he is controlled by his devotees' love. and then he acts out of love. And acting out of love does not make him inferior. Rather, this is his greatness. This is expression of his kripa on his bhakta. Sacha sarvada tasya vartate eva. And this utkarsha is always existing. He is always supreme. Even if he is doing some lowly work, still he is great because he is doing it out of love. If the son sits on the back of the father, then father does not become inferior to the son. Sometimes the son may be sitting on the shoulder of the father. That doesn't mean that son is greater than the father. So that is out of love. So in love it doesn't work like that. Darshya tadvidam loke atmano bhaktavashyatam ityadi vachnebhya. So he is citing this statement from 10th canto, 11th chapter, verse number 8, which describes how when Krishna was a young child, then the gopis will tell him to do, bring my shoes, I will give you sweet, or dance, or bring something else. So he will do all those things. So that does not mean that these people have become superior, he is inferior. So he is just controlled by their love. That's what is said. Darshins tadvidam loke atmano bhaktavashyatam. By this Krishna was showing that how he is controlled by his devotees. So aham bhakta paradhino hiya swatantra iva dvaja. He says that I am not independent, but I am under the control of my devotees. He told this to Durvasa. Then he went that please stop this Sudarshan Chakra. He says no, I cannot do it, it is not in my control, you have to go to Ambarish. So that's how he is dealing. Yatha raveriti, ravirhi bhuloke swapach grihamapi prakashyati sumerupri parmeshti grihamapi prakashyati. So the example given here is of sun. That sun, he gives its light on the house of a dog eater and also gives its light on top of the Sumeru mountain where Brahma lives. So that does not make him little when his light is going on the house of dog eater, and does not make him great when his light is on the top of Sumeru mountain. Sun is sun. Navai tejit bhaktanam mamahamiti madhava tvam taveti cha nanadhi pasunamiva vaikrita. So he says that, oh Madhava, your devotees do not have this kind of distinction that this is me, this is mine, this I, me, mine, or you, yours, these types of divisions and then fighting over it, which is the behavior of animals, pasunamiva vakrita. So only animals have this kind of thinking and they fight with each other. And animal like human beings also do that, but not the bhaktas. Because bhaktas, they understand that everything belongs to Sri Krishna. Nanu evam api aham parmeshvaro mamidam nicham karma ayogyam iti mansi katham na sambhavet atah na iti. So now if Sri Krishna gives his argument that I am Ishvara and I am doing this lowly work to do service to the brahmanas or to devotees, so this is not befitting me. Mansi katham na sambhavet. So why this thought cannot come in my mind or in the mind of devotees. So he says, Ataha naiti. So he is replying by Kamutya Nyaya, that your devotees themselves do not have this idea what to speak of you. That's why he is talking about bhaktas. He Ajita, tav bhaktanam evam tavat mama ahamiti mama महापांडित्यम तो हम सर्वश्रेष्ठ कस्य आज्ञाम वहामि तम तवेति तव शास्त्र ज्ञान भावात् तम मूर्ख सर्वसेव दास्यम कुरु इति पशुनामिव व्याकृति इति च पाठ विकारमयी prakriti nana dhir nasti. He says, your devotees do not think that I am a great pandit, I am a great scholar, I am best, there is nobody like me. Right? I am the most knowledgeable, learned. So how can I do your order? How can I follow your instructions? How can you instruct me? Don't you know that I am a great learner? And you have no knowledge of Shastra. Shastra Jnana Bhavat. Therefore you are foolish. So you should just be serving others. So devotees do not think like that. Because this is called Pashu Buddhi. Pasunamiva Vyakrita Vyakriticha Patha Vikarme. Only animals have this kind of deviant thinking, not the devotees. And Prakriti Nana Dhir Nasti. So this varieties of thinking devotees do not have. Tena siddhanam tesham chinmai satu asti evati bhava tavtu kima punar vaktavyam asti iti bhava. And those who have attained perfection, then they have their buddhi that we are servant of Bhagavan, we are not materialistic people. That they will have. So if bhaktas are like this, then he says what to speak of you, who are Bhagavan. Where is the possibility for you to think that you are great, you are wonderful, therefore you cannot do these small things and only these other fools should do that. So Bhagavan, he does not think like that. So just as devotee is very humble, Bhagavan is also humble. He is the most humble, although he is the most powerful person, supreme. There is nobody, na tat samabhyatikasya drishyate, parasya shakti vividhaivcha surya sruyate. So there is no one who is equal to him or more than him, yet he is not proud of it. So therefore, devotees are also like that. And thus Krishna does not feel himself lower by doing these services. So we stop here if there is any question. Okay.
Related to this thing with the feast, right? Why they first bath and so on. I was thinking maybe they also had to cook first, and then in the meantime they could do the bathing and everything, and then they could do the feast, right?
And they could have waited then. Why they have to take bath? I mean, they were trying to manage their time or what?
Yes, I mean the cooking had to be done anyway. So then, in the meantime, while they're waiting, they can. That's natural. Then also to. I mean, it's a good opportunity, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, if the food was available, they will not take bath. Okay, Purushottam Prabhu.
Here they say about few verses before that king took the bath, but their women were also there. So they were also then in the prison, or did they came to give them a bath, or what is it?
No, women and men were engaged to give them a bath, wash their dresses, whatever.
Oh, okay.
It says Nyayunkta Purusha Striya.
Okay.
Nyayunkta means engaged.
Mm-hmm.
They were engaged in service.
Thank you.